Ladies and gentlemen, Atul Kochar, the first Indian chef to get a Michelin star for Indian cuisine, all the way from 16 degrees London. He's in the kitchen. It's so cold that his hair, which normally sticks out, has gone flat. So Atul, start off. Tell us about the 5 emerging trends that you feel are going to leave their mark on the India table.
There are a lot of things happening in food at the moment across the globe. I know sitting in London, I feel that London leads the trend, to be honest. But then I could be biased. But for some time, Indian food has been quietly evolving, and it's a cold revolution. It's a small pocket revolution which has been happening within India, and it's slowly coming out. And what I feel is the Indian chefs or Indian industry in India has suddenly caught on in a big way. For long, I was the biggest critique of the way we looked at things in India. We almost looked outwards rather than inwards. And now I feel that it's time that India has started looking within itself rather than outside. And that's what is leading the trend, to be honest. We are suddenly so focused on our own culture, which we have never been. We always looked out for inspiration, and now we are looking at each other within our own cultures. And I think that's what is going to be the biggest trend. So the innovation that happens at home is the best innovation, in my opinion. So someone like, I'll just drop a few names. They are amazing leaders of Indian food, and they have done amazing job within India, and now they're slowly expanding outside. The first name that comes to my mind is Manish Mehrotra, who's from Indian accent, leading chef, big hero for us. And I admire him so much. And someone like Joravar Kalra, a great restaurateur who's leading the trend. So a lot of things which has happened outside the world, it's come to India and happening in Indian way. And that's the beauty of it. And that's how the world would like to see us. If we were to go out and, let's say for example, copy or Jamie Oliver or Chef Thomas Keller and create an Indianist dish and put on the plate, I don't think we'll get appreciated for that. But if there was a Bengali chap gets inspired by a Punjabi guy like me and cooks a great tandoori chicken but in a Bengali way, that's what I think we should be looking at. However, on the way, on that journey, whatever you pick up from Calcutta to Amritsar, if that can be included on the plate, I think that's what is the trend which we are going to applaud. As far as the world is concerned, the way we see Indian food, I think we need to become more ingredient specific. Right now, we are very technique specific or very trend specific or very cultural specific. But once we get a little focused on ingredients, and I'll just go back to good old vegetable and I'll say, let's say pumpkin. And if we devise 10 different ways to make one pumpkin, I think that's what would make our minds go further and also open up our creativity. We often get stuck with our own old tradition and don't try to grow out of it. For long, actually, when I cooked in India, we were told that cooking outside Indian culture was a taboo, as if crossing 7 seas was a taboo 100 years ago. But I think that's being broken, that's being unraveled, and that's going to lead a huge trend. I don't think we are going to make Indian chefs abroad who will make India proud. I think there's going to be Indian chefs sitting in India who's going to make India proud. And that's what I'm looking at, and that's what I'm hoping starts happening soon, because that becomes my inspiration for me too, a person like me. I've cooked abroad for 20 years, 21 now, and I'm returning to India to cook there. Hopefully by the end of this year, we'll be opening restaurants in India. And one of the biggest draw was that there's a lot of innovation, there's a lot of room, there's a lot of creativity sitting at home, which we need to explore and explode as well. And I think that is starting from home only. Now, embracing of technology is another thing that we Indians need to learn. For long, we believed in our techniques of tandoori and making curries, creating smoking, dhuandar and all that. But I think embracing the technology from the globe, to be honest, because technology is a global thing. It's nobody's mother or nobody's personal invention. It's there for mankind and to be used. So how we embrace all that and bring to our food, I think that needs to be seen. It's happening in a smaller way. The names I took earlier, they are embracing it and bringing it over, but we need to see that it's brought in a much bigger way to our Indian food. Another thing is how we coax our farmers, how we coax our agriculture section to work with us. That is a huge issue because till the time we don't have our agricultural products aligned with our interests. And it's in our interest. As a chef, I always see that. It's a huge interest to me that our products are unified, the products are standardized. So if I want to buy, let's say, corn-fed chicken in India, irrespective of Chennai or Bangalore or Mumbai or Nagpur, I should be able to buy it. And I think that's what is lacking, and I think if that starts happening, that'll be great. And I've met a few farmers in Delhi, just outside Delhi, and that has started happening in a smaller way as well. But I think it will be a revolution which will catch on, and India will see a huge revelation there as well. Last but not the least is how we training our young kids, the colleges. When I passed out from catering college, there were only 20 colleges, but what I know now, there are about 200,000 colleges. I think the quality needs to be monitored and improved, which already is good, don't get me wrong, because when I travel the world, there is not a single kitchen I have come across where I have not found an Indian chef working, whether it's a 3 Michelin star kitchen or it's a normal, simple coffee shop. And that puts a huge pride on our creativity back home, that the way we are trained so that we are actually equal to anybody in the world. But if we can focus a bit more on that, trust me, I think we will be a nation, we'll be a country, we'll be a force to reckon with. And I got huge pride to say that 20 years later something, I've decided to come back to cook home, and I'm counting my days, I'm looking forward to it.
Where are you going to open in India?
Hopefully in October, and that's in Mumbai.
Okay, October in Mumbai, Western. All right, I'm not going to keep you because I know you've got a heavy Friday lunch coming up. Are there any questions? Anyone wants to ask something to Atul? If you can come up and look at him and do it, it'll be great. AD Singh.
Hi Atul, how are you?
So good to see you guys. My biggest hero in India. Lovely to see you, sir. How you been?
So I've been reading that in London, a couple of the biggest new successes have been Gymkhana last year and the Shoom.
Yes.
What would you attribute their successes to, in your opinion?
I think what they have done is they have brought a kind of Indian food that was not segmented very clearly. So if you look at Gymkhana went back to kind of old dhaba culture and brought that food out. We all got so much soaked into modernism, and I blame myself as well, that we were looking at so much more modern Indian and we forgot that old classical Indian. Gymkhana just did that. Gymkhana went back to the old classical Indian and very simple chika, railway lamb roast, and something as simple as naan and keema. And that has become a kind of huge hit because London craves for dishes like that as well, because there is a humongous Indian community which has come from across the globe. It's not only Brits who love it, but it's also a large Indian community. We make about 5% of the population here, and that accounts for all, it's about 65 million people. 5% of that is huge. Dishoom is a revolution in my opinion, because for long, many people tried opening QSRs with Indian food, and they have all failed. Dishoom has come out very successfully. They have done it in a quasi-cooked QSR way, in my opinion. They have gone on to give some service, but at the same time, very simple food, which is what we call street food of Mumbai. And they have done it amazingly well, very successfully, great flavors, very standardized products. They have 3, I believe, now, and I've eaten in all 3. And purposely, I went to eat the same thing in all 3 places. Absolutely same, and that's what was needed. Standardization is the key to such things.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Atul. Are there any more questions? I think we'll let you go. Thank you so much for changing and staying on with us. And thank you. And next time, hopefully, you're going to be here in person for the next F&B conclave.
Take care, folks. Good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.